2013 Dodge Ram. The customer says is not steering. I pulled it over here, and let me tell you, this thing is really hard to steer. Let's see what's going on. These have electronic steering on them. Go figure, a 2013. The dash was lit up like a Christmas tree when I pulled it over. So let's scan it. I want to pull up on the scan tool to see if I can see the amperage of the steering motor. Usually you can see those, and it will give us some clues of what's going on. Obviously, there's probably no amps as hard as it is to steer. So let's do that, and we'll pull some codes and go from there. We got 3 in the PCM, 4 in the BCM, 1 in the ABS, 2 in the electronic power steering, 5 in the tire pressure monitor, 2 in the radio. So this is the one I'm worried about. Electric power steering module internal. Wow. That's an issue. I mean, it's not steering at all. It has no power steering. Recovery occurred. Don't know what that is. Fuel pressure high, circuit knock sensor, thermostat. That wouldn't cause a steering issue, so we're not worried about that. Anti-lock brake, internal failure. That's interesting. Let's go into the electric power steering computer. Read data. There's only 32. I'm just going to select them all. Seeing the battery, steering angle. See if it'll... Oh, yep. It's moving with that. So when I turn that, it's seeing the steering wheel angle. Steering wheel torque. I can see the torque. System current draw, the power steering. So this should go up when I turn, and it's not. I think this is an auction car. So yeah. Let's see. You don't know what you're going to find with one of these, but you never know. Could be something silly. I'm going to read a little bit, try to figure out what my next move should be. Okay, it's the next day. I got kind of busy yesterday, so I had to stop on this Ram. But we have 2 codes in here that's concerning regarding this power steering. It has no power steering. And one of them is, let's see if you can see it, C2217, right there. Electronic power steering internal failure. So that's pretty interesting. And then we have another C2128 recovery occurred. Well, let's jump over on service info. We'll scan through those real quick, and we'll see what the next step should be. I mean, it almost looks like it's just, it says internal module failure. You know, most people would probably just replace it at this point, but I want to take it a step further just to make sure we're going to do the right thing here and make sure it's not a bad wire or something. Here's the C2128. This is a wiring diagram for the power steering. Pretty basic. You know, you got a relay, a couple fuses, and we're connected to the bus through the star connector. So there's our communication wires. And we got a power wire and another power wire that's switched on by a relay. When the ignition is on, the power steering checks to see if the last shutdown occurred correctly. If not, this DTC is set to active. Possible causes: open or high resistance in circuit B, ground, open or high, or the actual module itself. And it wants us to basically turn off the ignition, read the DTCs, erase them, do an ignition cycle, and then see if they come back. And no, then test is complete, yes. Then it wants us to run through this. So the other code, the internal failure, just basically says it detects an internal failure on the shop information, the service information. So I'm just going to erase the codes, steer it, and see what comes back immediately. And then we'll probably check and make sure all the powers and grounds are to this power steering, this electronic power steering, and then we'll make a determination after that. So if you have this problem, this may give you some direction on what the best decision to make is. You can really tell this is a car lot car because they really slime them up to make them shiny. I mean, this sucker is slimed up. They've laid the slime on thick. They try to do that to make them look shiny and sell them. Although it is a nice looking truck. Not bad at all. Body looks good. But yeah, let's erase these codes and see what comes back. Put the key in. Okay, here's all of our codes. We're going to erase them, but just a reminder, these are the two we're after. This one's actually active. This one's stored. Alright, it looks like this one is still active. That one actually will not clear out. Alright, now I'm going to start it up, see if that other code comes back, the whatever C2128. Well, we still have a steering blinking light. And we still have no steering at all. Oh, that is so hard to turn. Now let's see what kind of codes came back. The same one, internal failure. At this point, I want to just check all the powers and grounds and fuses going to this electric power steering motor, and we got communication to it. As you can see earlier in the video, we were getting data. So let's check all that and see if it's getting all of its powers and grounds. Okay, I got my battery charger hooked up because the key's on. Let's check the fuses first. So fuse 2 is actually one of the fuses on the battery post because it says battery terminal fuse. I'm going to check the power going from here to here. They don't look blowed in there, but let's just do a check to see. Alright, we got the scope on a rope. We're on a good ground over there. So we're getting power to that one, and we're getting power to this one. So that proves that these fuses right here are good, and fuse 2 is okay. Now let's check fuse number 78, which is a 10 amp. It looks like it's going to be this fuse here. 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this looks like the fuse to the electronic power steering module. And that fuse is good. We'll take it a step further. I'll pull it out and inspect it because sometimes there's corrosion on them. It looks intact, no corrosion. Okay, now that we've checked all the fuses, let's raise the car up and let's check this electronic power steering module for both its grounds, or one of its grounds that looked like it just had one, and 2 powers. Before we do that, I'm going to hook this big wire up to the battery. We got a positive and negative, and that way we can hook our test light up we have a positive and negative. This is a really long wire. It came out of a power probe kit. And that way we'll have a good positive and negative for testing underneath the car. So I'm going to hook it to the negative, and just to make sure we got good connection, if I touch it to the positive, it should light up. And then I'll hook it to the positive. If we touch it to the negative, it should light up. That tells us we got good connection before we go underneath the car. Pretty simple system. You got a power on pin 1, a ground on pin 2, two CAN lines, and an ignition power right here. So let's get to this module and let's check all these powers and grounds. Alright, we're up under the vehicle, and here's our two really big wires that go to the motor on the electric power steering. Now, I'm not sure. I want to kind of load test these wires to make sure they're good. I'm pretty sure they're good. I did run some large jumper cables down here, but I'm still trying to work out. I don't know if I have the right wires to probe into it to load test these without frying the wire. I don't know if I have a big enough test lead, but we'll see. But the first thing we'll do is just unplug them, look inside the connectors, make sure there's nothing obvious going on, and then we'll proceed with load testing these wires to see if they're good. There's a little sand in it, but it looks really clean. Inside the plug looks clean. Let's check the other one. They both look good. I don't see no corrosion, nothing alarming. So let's check this wire. It's the pink with the light green. It's the one in the middle. And it should have power on it all the time. Yes, we have power on that one. These other two wires are just data wires. And I know we were getting data because we could talk to the module. We were seeing data PIDs on the scan tool. I'll go ahead and check this one. It's a good power. I'd like to load test it. Don't know if I have the ability to. I don't have no leads that would fit into it. I'll switch my test light to positive. We'll check the ground side, and we are good. All right, it needs a steering rack. What else is there? I mean, we checked all the powers and grounds. Everything is good. I looked into these Ram 1500 electronic power steering racks, and they go bad pretty often. It looks like this is an issue. And also, does it need programmed? I don't think it does. I called a friend from the dealership. Actually, he said if it has a flash in it, it don't need programmed. So basically, if it's ever been put on a car. So I suspect if it's brand new from the dealer, it will need program. But most of these, from what I understand, are like at the parts store or a used one. They've already been put on a car. So you probably just put it in and it'll be fine. Well, I talked to the customer and he don't want to do it. So we're not doing this job. He said, I'm taking it back to the auction. Okay. So, but I did check into these steering racks and they are expensive. they run anywhere from $1,000 up to $2,000. It's really crazy at how much these things cost. Even used ones are pretty expensive. So anyway, hope if you have this problem, I hope you don't, because it's going to be expensive to fix. The labor is not too bad, but the actual part's pretty expensive. And good luck. I hope this video helped you out. Just make sure you got all your powers and grounds, and you should be good on changing your rack. But thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.